You think your anger makes you strong, that staying unreadable, unshakable, untouchable, that's what makes you a man. But if you were being honest with yourself, it's an armor. And that armor you wear, it's not holding like it used to. The pressure is leaking out in ways that you can't always control. Snapping at your kids over nothing, going cold on your wife without really knowing why, or disappearing into your work or whiskey or whatever numbs the noise in your head. Now, you tell yourself that you're holding it all together, but deep down, you know you're not. You're white knuckling your way through a life that looks solid on the outside, while the inside is splitting at the seams. And guys, what I'm about to give you in this video is not a bunch of hype. It's not therapy talk. And it's not another motivational speech that you forget about by tomorrow. This is a mirror, and more importantly, a way out. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why the strongest men I have ever met and have had the pleasure to work with, the ones who actually broke the cycle and became the kind of fathers and husbands that they never had or never were, all have one thing in common. And toward the end of this video, I'm going to walk you through something real, something that you can do tonight after the house goes quiet, something simple and raw and honest that could start peeling back the layers that you've been hiding behind for years. You won't need another program. You won't need to perform. Just 10 minutes of truth. And that's it. By the time this video ends, you're going to know exactly why your anger owns you, why the peace never sticks, why you keep hurting the people you swore you would protect. And if what I say ends up hitting something deep in you, and I guarantee it will, I'm going to show you how you can work directly with me. Just having one conversation, no shame, no pretending, just the truth that you've been carrying for decades, finally spoken out loud to someone who won't flinch. So stay with me, guys. Watch this all the way through, because this may not be the most comfortable video that you ever watch, but it might just be the most important. So let me ask you something. When was the last time you walked into your own house and didn't feel like a stranger? When's the last time your kid ran up to you in excitement? When's the last time you looked in your wife's eyes and saw trust, not fear? You tell yourself that you're tired, that the work is just stressful, that you're doing your best, but deep down you know something is off. You feel like a grenade with the pin half pulled, always on edge, quick to snap. You say things that you don't mean. You watch your kids' face drop. You see your wife go quiet, calculating, trying to keep the peace while you pretend to be fine. But you're not fine, are you? You're fucking exhausted. Not just from life, but from carrying a secret war inside of your chest every damn day. One that no one sees. One that no one gets. Because on the outside, you're the strong one. You're the reliable one. The guy everyone turns to, but when the doors close, you're a stranger to yourself. You drink too much, you scroll too long, you yell too quickly, you apologize too late, and then promise it won't happen again. But it does, and each time a little more of you dies inside. You hate how you show up as a father. You hate that your wife doesn't feel safe with you anymore, and she doesn't look at you with that adoration she used to. You hate that you can't seem to fix it, and underneath all of that, there's a scared little boy. A boy who was hurt, alone, unprotected, who learned young that being vulnerable meant getting destroyed. So he locked it all down. He hardened his shell. He survived. And that's what got you through your childhood. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, that boy, he never grew up. He never left. He's still in there screaming every time someone gets too close. Every time you feel powerless, every time you start to care. And unless you deal with that, no amount of discipline, therapy, books, fitness, nothing is going to change the fact that you don't feel safe in your own skin. The real problem isn't that you're angry. It's that you're scared. You're terrified. Something hasn't been processed. And no one ever gave you the tools to name it, to sit with it, and release it. So it explodes out sideways. That's why this type of work matters. That's why you need to hear this, guys. Because the toughest men that I know, the ones who broke those cycles, they didn't just learn how to control their rage. It's not what this is about. They learned how to listen to it. They stopped treating it like some sort of monster and started treating it like it was a messenger. They went back to the scenes that shaped them. They faced the father who left, the mother who made them feel like a burden. They faced the beatings, the silence, the shame, and they grieved fully, fiercely, without apology. And through that grief, they finally found a sense of peace. Not numbness, not avoidance, but real peace. What would it feel like for you to wake up every single day knowing everything's okay? To be able to hold your son without fear that you're going to pass this on through your pain. The kind of peace that lets your wife look at you with those eyes. The ones that she says, I fucking love this man. The kind of peace that makes you stop needing control because you finally trust yourself not to destroy everything. That's what real toughness is, guys. That's what real strength is. It's not dominance, not cold detachment. It's having the guts to face the war that's inside of you and end it for once and for all. So I want you to try something tonight, okay? After the kids are asleep, after the noise dies down, the TV is off, the dishes are done, the house is finally still. I want you to go somewhere alone. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you, a pen, and a piece of paper. Set a timer for 10 minutes and start with this sentence. If I was really honest, I would admit blank. Then just go. Don't think, don't analyze, don't try to be profound. Let your gut speak before your mind has a chance to censor it. Let the truth hit the page exactly how it wants to. The stuff that you've never said, the pressure that you've been hiding under, the guilt that you carry, the memories that still hijack your nervous system when no one's watching. The rage that scares even you. The fear that you've never named. Don't clean it up. Don't organize it. Just bleed onto that sheet of paper. Nobody needs to see it. You don't even need to read it back to yourself. That's not the point. The point is to get it out. Because when you've spent years, decades holding everything in, pretending it didn't hurt, powering through the pain like it wasn't there, you didn't just get tough. You got numb. And under that numbness is a pressure, a constant quiet tension like a kettle with the lid welded shut. This kind of writing, guys, it doesn't fix everything, but it does release the valve a little bit. And when you give your pain a language, even if it's messy, something begins to shift internally. The part of you that's been trapped in fight or flight, waiting for the next threat, finally gets a signal that it's safe. You don't need an audience for this. You don't have to perform. There's no judgment. This is just truth. Spoken without a mouth. Written without a filter. And that's when the chaos starts to settle. Not all of it, not forever, but enough to feel something real again. Enough to remember that you're still in there. And guys, that's not a weakness. To be able to face that, that is relief. That's your system breathing for the first time in years. And when that 10-minute timer goes off, you might not be able to explain what changed, but you will feel it. Something will be quieter. Something will feel a little bit less clenched. And that right there is the first crack in the armor. That's the moment you stop performing strength and you actually begin to embody it. And if something opens up in you while you're writing, a wave of truth that hits you so hard it steals your breath for a second, do not ignore that. Don't shove it back down, because that moment is an invitation, and you don't have to carry what it reveals on your own, guys. There is a link in the description down below for a free call with me. No pressure, no performance, just a space for you to speak what you have never said. You talk, I listen. We trace the thread, the one that's been pulling at your life behind the scenes for years, and we can start to name it. Not to fix you, but to free you. Because you're not broken. I promise. It feels like it, but you're not. You have just been buried. And that little boy inside of you, the one who still feels, who still aches, who still wants to be good, but doesn't really know how, he is not the problem. He is your solution. He's the key. That's not shame. That's your soul trying to speak up. And guys, the toughest men that I know, they do not bury the part of that part of themselves. They fight for it. They protect it. They let it breathe. So again, guys, if something about this hits you in the chest, start there. Start tonight. 10 minutes, one truth, no filters, and then reach out. Let's talk. Let's break this cycle once and for all, or at least start down that path. You don't have to keep being the man who terrifies his own house. You can be the one who heals it. If this video hit something real in you guys, I want you to watch this next one right here to go even deeper. I'll see you on the call.